Oh, one more thing. Do you prefer to go by Wesley or Wes?
Wesley's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, joining us now on Blitz is Wesley Tankersley, first-year head coach of the Stevens County Indians up there in Toccoa. Coach, first of all, just want to thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you so much for giving me a call. Definitely glad to talk with you.
Absolutely, and it's very exciting kicking off not just a new season, but, kind of a new era with you taking over this program. For those who don't know, you had 7 years at Gilmer as a head coach and then 3 years recently at Ridgeland where you won back-to-back region titles. What was your take on being able to take over this program here at Stevens County?
Well, it's definitely an honor for me. Stevens County has a great tradition with football, and I got to look in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution this morning, and Stevens County was one of the highest in 4A as far as wins throughout this century so far. So you know that it has great tradition, and you want to be able to uphold that and build on it.
Absolutely, and you happen to have just a solid pedigree, 65 wins yourself, as we mentioned, back-to-back region titles. So you know what it takes to establish a winning program. How do you feel that this team kind of lines up with that? Is that something that might take a couple of years to build?
I tell you, honestly, I don't know that you ever know. I think you hope. You hope when you go in that the kids are ready. But taking over two different programs now, I mean, it's just you really just don't know. And it really, a lot of it is up to it's up to that senior class that you're coming in, taking over. How well they adapt and how well they take to the schemes and those sorts of things. So that's really where we are right now, is just kind of seeing, hey, how are these guys going to do? And they've done a great job so far as being committed to what we've asked them to do, being attendance and just working hard and things like that have been really, really good. And just hopefully that translates over to the field.
I think you're exactly right. And again, a program, like you said, one of the teams of the century, just a winning tradition there. That the downfall is that this is kind of a rebuilding in terms of just so many key players last year that graduated, a fantastic senior class. So, but like you said, I feel like you guys can easily lock and reload. Tell me a little bit about the quarterback system. I know in the scrimmage you kind of went with a dual approach with Hudson Spurlock and Kenny Colwell, so we saw a lot of the run game and the pass game. What do you kind of see that? How do you see that playing out throughout the season?
Well, that's just one of those things we're looking at as we continue to evaluate, how we're doing. I mean, we do have, 6 non-region games to evaluate and get ready for region play, and that's what we're trying to do. And then both of them have different strengths, so we're trying to use those strengths to our advantage. And hopefully, it just gives the other team something else that they have to prepare for.
Yeah, definitely, because you can kind of keep them off balance. So I guess you're saying that's something that if both of them continue to play well, we might be able to see that throughout the year, 2 quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's, definitely been in our plans. And, like I said, we feel comfortable with both of them, and Hudson can play running back as well. So, yeah. We feel good about, where those guys are. And obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time to get exactly where we want to be because, it's a whole new offensive philosophy. And, we do have, I think, almost 10 new starters on offense. So, it's going to take a little while offensively to gain the experience that we need. But like I said, we've got 6 non-region games to try to get that experience and get better.
Yeah, and you kind of came from where you were at Ridgeland last year, especially the best of both worlds. You had an offense that put up 46 points a game, a defense that held opponents to 9 points per game, I guess, on average. How is that going to carry over here, you think, at Stevens County? Are you more of a offensive-minded coach or defense? Because it's hard to tell because you just had such a great combo last year.
Yeah, personally, I'm more of a defensive guy. But, we feel like Coach Spurlock, Sonny Spurlock, coming from Ware County, has a ton of experience offensively. I think he's coached in at least 3 to 4 state championship games with various teams from Ware to Tucker to Hart County. So, we feel good about that. Like I say, it's just, right now and that was kind of indicative last week in the scrimmage a little bit of, just us making some inexperienced mistakes. We felt really good about a lot of things we did and the yardage we gained and things like that. But, we had a holding penalty or a fumble snap or just different things like that kept us from really being as good as we can be. And hopefully we'll get those things ironed out this week and in the next few weeks, just keep building on that.
And how do you feel from your perspective that a team doesn't get too complacent playing in a 5-team region? Because even though there's just 5 teams in this region, top to bottom, they're pretty solid, especially St. Pius and you guys in Oconee, kind of the top 3 there. But how does a team fight the complacency of, hey, all we got to do is win one region game and we're in?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a different thing. But, hopefully, my philosophy is going in every day to try to get better. So, every day we go in the weight room, every day we go on the practice field, every day we go to film. I mean, whatever it is we're doing, we're trying to get better. And we're trying to win that day. So hopefully that keeps you from getting complacent and not thinking about that sort of thing.
Yeah. So last question for you: what would you kind of give us as a general preview of what we can expect tomorrow night at Franklin County in the season opener?
Well, I think you're going to see a hard-hitting football game. I think both teams, having new coaches are excited, and both teams are, ready to go and ready to go against one another. Obviously, us being so close together, and I think that I think it'll be a hard-hitting football game, a physical game, and just hopefully we cut down on our mistakes. It's going to be the biggest thing for us. I think, if we can cut down those mistakes, then we can definitely be successful.
Yeah, and I think we're going to predict a Stevens County victory tomorrow night. And, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it and look forward to talking to you again as the season rolls on.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.